Hello, everybody. Today's podcast is about a very important subject that everybody needs. It's called human rights. Human rights are the rights inherent to all human beings. We are equally entitled to these human rights without discrimination. In this podcast, we will be telling you about certain people who are still without their human rights because of who they are.
Tell us about a time when you or a friend have been discriminated against based on the fact that there is a disability.
I have a cousin, her name is Sean, and she gets discriminated against because of the fact that she's in a wheelchair because she's paralyzed from the waist down because she got in a terrible car accident. She was the only one left out of 4 people who got killed. She gets called ugly and disgusting because she's in a wheelchair.
Tell us about a time when you or a friend have been discriminated against based upon your religion.
I have this one friend that I went to middle school with, and she is Jewish, and people make jokes about her being in the oven and what's the difference between a bullet and her, and it's that one goes out of the chamber and it's not acceptable at all.
Tell us about a time when you or a friend have been discriminated against based upon your gender.
A lot of people say that girls can't play baseball. Baseball tended to be more of a guy's sport. Why not a girl's sport? I don't understand. But if a girl tries to play baseball, they have to confirm themselves as a male.
Okay, so tell us about a time when you or a friend have been discriminated against based on the fact that you fall into the LGBT plus family.
I have a friend, and her mother didn't accept her for the longest time because she was lesbian. She still is lesbian. Her mom still has a hard time believing that she is lesbian. She's just experimenting. She came out when she was in 6th grade. Until this day, her mom still is slowly starting to understand, but when she first told her mom told her she needed to get out of her house. She kicked her daughter out.
Tell us about a time when you or a friend have been discriminated upon in the workplace.
A lot of people in society that because someone works at McDonald's is disgusting. But in reality, McDonald's makes a lot of money. They pay their employees about $10 an hour. It shouldn't matter what job they have as long as they're making money.
Tell us about a time when you or a friend have been discriminated against based upon the fact that you're a child.
When I'm at a Thanksgiving dinner with my family, sometimes, and when I want to play basketball or do an activity with my uncles or the older people in the family, they're like, "Yo, you can't do that. You're a kid." Or if I'm trying to help out around the house, they're like, "You can't lift that. You're a kid."
Thank you, you guys. That's all we have for today.
Hello, everybody. My name is Abby, and I will be talking about religious rights today. Religious rights is a very important matter. To many of us, it symbolizes freedom. If you take away your religious rights, such as the Spaniards converted the Native Americans into Christianity, it also takes away a part of you. The same thing is happening today with Iraq and Iran converting many religions into Islam. But here in the US, we have no limits of what religion you have, or even if you have a religion at all. We let you be who you are without a price. To help support religious rights and help a lot of people keep their own religion, visit www.irisglobal.org. Don't let anybody take away your religious freedom. Instead, fight for what you know is right and keep your freedom. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Lauren, and I'm going to be talking to you about discrimination in the workplace. Discrimination is the unjust or prejudicial treatment of different categories of people or things, especially on the grounds of race, age, or sex. And when this happens in a workplace, it often results in a hostile or dangerous environment for individuals. Many laws do not protect people from offhand comments or teasing, so sometimes it can be difficult to tell if someone is being harassed or teased in the eyes of the law. Another type of workplace discrimination is when someone is not hired or they're fired solely because of some aspect about themselves. It is illegal for a workplace to deny someone the use of a public facility, exclude someone from doing a certain job, deny compensation or benefits, pay employees who are equally qualified and in the same position different salaries, discriminating when giving disability leave, maternity leave, or retirement, or discriminating when giving promotions or demotions, just to name a few.
We're interrupting this podcast to tell you a great way you can help everybody around you and help everyone get their human rights. Please support the Human Rights Watch at hrw.org. That's hrw.org.
Thank you. Now back to the podcast.
Hello everyone, my name is Hunter North, and I will be talking about children's rights. Children every day are being abused and killed. They do not have a home and are living in the streets or as a refugee. Kids are even living without a proper education and healthcare. Children are being used for trafficking and are forced to do manual labor. Children are discriminated because of their age. They are told they cannot do specific things because of their age. Someone has anonymously said that they were sexually abused by their stepfather. She said, "The first thing I remember happening is when I was 5 years old. He used to rub my legs and tell me they were too hairy. Then he'd take off my pants and do stuff. Or I would worry when my mom left, and he lunged after me." Please support the charities we will list later in the podcast. But here is one now. Food for the Poor at foodforthepoor.org.
Hello, my name is Hannah, and I'll be talking to you about LGBT rights. LGBT stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender. Some places are good, such as South Africa and Sweden, while other places still have a long ways to go, such as Iran, Russia, and India. Some bad examples of this is Iran with the executions of LGBT people, India allowing people to beat LGBT people, and Russia censoring everything and anything LGBT. Even the US has problems with transgender students at schools, not allowing them to go to the correct bathroom that they identify with. There's a bunch of LGBT charities that you can go to at the end of the podcast, but here's one you can follow right now. Go to the Harvey Milk Foundation at milkfoundation.org. Thank you for your time.
Hi, I'm Sydney, and I'll be talking about disability rights. A lot of people don't really know that much about disabilities. There are many types of disabilities. For example, physical disabilities that people are born with, physical disabilities that people develop later in life, and mental disabilities where there's something abnormal with somebody's brain. America has actually done pretty well in the field of disability rights. There are many laws in place that help integrate them into society. But in some countries, the disabled can't work, move around, or function in society very well. There aren't many laws or systems put into place to help them. In some parts of the world, it's common to chain people with a mental illness to trees and leave them there without food. In many uninformed societies, this is a method of healing people with disabilities. There's not too much that many of us can do for the people in other countries, but every single person can help individuals that they know with disabilities. A good way to let them know that they're accepted into society is to make friends with them. If you just get to know them and take away some of the social stress that's often layered on top of the struggles they already have, it'll make life that much better for them.
Here's some charities and nonprofits for human rights, so you can help everyone. Go follow the Africa Regional Sexuality Center, the Belfast Butterfly Club, the Harvey Milk Foundation, Forge, Newborns in Need, Share Our Strength, SOS Children's Villages, Youth Law Center, Food for the Poor, Autism Spectrum Disorder Foundation, Lindsay's Place, 4 Paws for Ability, Habitat for Horses, Inc., Iris Global, Snowbird Outfitters, Gender Action, and the Gender Equality Fund. Hopefully you learned something in this podcast. Thank you very much for listening, and have a good day. Bye.